All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. It is Dave, the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people, just like you and just like me. For those of you who want me to stop talking about Lindsey Buckingham, it's not going to happen. I'm pro-Lindsey. I've been pro-Lindsey since this entire thing went down, and now that he's had open heart surgery and has likely lost the use of his vocal cords, at least for the short term. And, I've done some research on this, and I'm not a doctor, but the stuff that I've read is not good, and it doesn't make me feel all warm and fuzzy as far as his future goes. You can do your own research on vocal cord injuries as a result of this kind of trauma, because this is what it is. And thankfully he's in good hands, medically speaking, and the fact that his wife is by his side, his wife and family. And that is in stark contrast to the band known as Fleetwood Mac, even though they've got a couple of imposters in the group right now. People have started to say that, hey, maybe Fleetwood Mac should cancel the rest of their tour. I don't mean to laugh, but after all that's happened, I don't think that's going to happen. I've mentioned on Twitter, I wonder if the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame speech, the induction speech, is going to be changed or edited. Some people have suggested that maybe Landslide be dedicated to Lindsey Buckingham for the rest of the tour. I can't imagine with the new boyfriend on stage that this is going to be something that happens. All of these things, people are shooting ideas all over the place, and maybe making drama where there is no drama, but there is drama now. There's high-powered drama in the sense that this band put stress on this guy, and the stress, obviously, I'm not saying the stress caused this to happen, but it certainly could have been a contributing factor. All right, and anybody will tell you that stress does not help this situation, especially when you compartmentalize like Lindsey successfully did on TV. Do you think Lindsey wasn't being diplomatic and putting on a happy face? He did say he had a very visceral reaction to this news for the first few months. That's a long time. That's 2 to 3 months worth of brooding and stewing and, shaking your fist and saying, why is this happening? And of course, it's human nature to kind of put those emotions away and then think that you're just going to move forward and deal with it. As cathartic as the solo anthology is and the solo tour is, I'm not sure if it's a cure for that type of ailment. By the way, a good thing to do right now to help Lindsey Buckingham show solidarity would be to purchase everything the guy's got in his catalog, if you don't already have it. If you've got the income, go ahead and purchase Solo Anthology. Show your support, show your love, show your solidarity. I'm sure nothing would make Lindsey happier than to see his fans coming forward and saying, look, we stand with you, and we are hoping for a speedy recovery. But for those of you thinking Fleetwood Mac is going to go out of their way to do something special, to kind of say, look, maybe we screwed up a little bit. I mean, that already went out there with Christine McVie's email. She believes there's already been some remorse and some second guessing and all of that stuff, or maybe it, like Lindsey says, it's wishful thinking. We can all be wishful thinkers and think that Fleetwood Mac is going to change course based on what happened to Lindsey, but the problem is that Fleetwood Mac is an emotional reaction band right now, with their leader basically reacting to Tom Petty, Glenn Frey, saying she wants to throw herself into stuff, but she doesn't seem to want to throw her stuff into things with, Lindsey. because Lindsay wanted more for this group. He wanted it not to be just good enough. He wanted it to be what it's always been, and that's a step above most everything else that's out there. So, for those of you hoping that Fleetwood Mac is going to change course, no, I don't think that's going to happen. If it does, I'll be the first one to say, hey, you know, these guys are doing the right thing. You cancel the tour, but that means money. And just think, Lindsay, who settled with these guys out of court, that's a bunch of money that's not in the pot anymore. So they're going to Australia. They're going to do what they're supposed to do. They're going to, you know, the UK and Europe and wherever else they're booked. And now it's going to be even more of a traffic accident there with the two cars that have hit one another to see what she's going to say on stage about this, if she's going to make any comments whatsoever, because pretty much the entire catalog is going to bring up something between those two in the past. And if she's up there singing with absolutely no connection to those things in the past, that just shows that something else is going on. Some people have said, you know, maybe she's just not emotionally stable, but I'm thinking maybe just, you know, there's no intersection, there's no emotional connection that would just bring you to your knees and say, you know what, this ain't worth it. I mean, this guy was the reason we are where we're at. I mean, yeah, it was a team effort, but he was, you know, you take the wheel off the car and the car can't drive. It's going to sit there. And Lindsay was the wheel and the transmission and a few other major parts of this vehicle. So, all right, done. See ya.